Welcome to In-Depth Analysis. First of all, let me make it clear. My page does not support violence, neither do I support violence. I hope that is clear. Now let's move into the matter. Nnamdi Kanu was repatriated from Kenya down to Nigeria, and it's getting almost 4 years. He hasn't been convicted. No judgment. Do you think he's still going to get justice? When the Igbo man say justice delayed is justice denied. Now to the crux of the matter. What is he being accused of? The 4 major crimes which I know he's been accused of is treasonable felony, sponsoring the Radio Biafra, sponsoring ESN, an armed group, and inciting violence. Now, in all these crimes, Sunday Igboho and Asari Dokubo has done worse, or should I say have done something similar. And yet, Asari Dokubo moves around freely, even causing more havoc. John Igboho is somewhere in Germany, chilling. In some quarters, they say Nnamdi Kanu is just being persecuted because he's Igbo. Now, let me highlight some of Sunday Igboho and Asari Dokubo's similar crime, and yet they move around freely. Am I supposed to believe those quarters that said it's because he's Igbo? Now let's take a look at Sunday Igboho first. Sometime in March 2021, he declared the Yoruba nation.
Yoruba activist Sunday Igboho, in a now viral video, declared a Yoruba nation. He made the declaration during a conference in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, insisting that it was time the Yoruba became a sovereign nation.
Now, what do you call that? Is that not treason? Declaring a government on another government? Is that not waging war on a sovereign state? Now, let me give you guys the content of what was said during the declaration, so you have a better insight. Let's listen to Ruben Abati.
In the videos that have been circulating, has been talking about secession, has been talking about the declaration of the Republic of Oduduwa. He's alleged to have said that if any politician in the Southwest decides to campaign or seek office in 2023, that the security of such persons cannot be guaranteed.
Okay.
In this second video, the one that you have shown, he says very clearly that Yorubas are tired of the Nigerian arrangement. Enough is enough. His group will reopen any border that is closed. And he called on Yorubas to unite. And he went further to say every Yoruba man that is in the north should return home.
Yes. Because
now it is time to confront these people. And he was talking about the Fulanis occupying major institutions in the southwest. The ports. Yeah. He mentioned the ports particularly. The airports, the seaports.
What do you call this? First of all, there is ethnic profiling in it. There is waging war on the state. There is inciting of violence in it. And yet where is he? He's in Germany. Now, it didn't just end there. After this declaration, a few weeks later, his house was invaded by the DSS. Now, let's listen to the spokesperson of the DSS, what they found and other things.
Security operatives raided the residence of Sunday Adeniyi Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho. This was based on intelligence that he has stockpiled arms in the place. On approach to the residence, the team came under heavy gun attack.
Can you hear that?
The arrests and seizures are no doubt a confirmation of a grand plan by Igboho and his cohorts to wage a violent insurrection against the Nigerian state. The 5 AK-47 rifles, assault rifles recovered from the building are suspected to be those collected by Igboho's men from Nigerian customs and immigration personnel at Idiroko in Ogun State.
That's the ammunitions and the guns that they saw in Igboho's house is suspected to have been taken from the custom officers in Idiroko. You know, if you tell me, say you go collect paramilitary man gun and he just did there, they look you. There must be exchange of fire. Person don't go down. You understand? Now, is that not clear to show or to indicate that he also has his own armed group? 5 AK-47. See the pictures. Now, don't see the video of the guns, the ammunition, live ammunition that was found there. On sighting the men of the DSS, they opened fire. Now, what's the difference? And yet, he's walking freely in Germany. Let's move to the next person. Asari Dokubo. Same March 2021, Asari Dokubo declared a customary government of Biafra. Listen to him.
A video of a self-acclaimed former militant leader, Asari Dokubo, declaring himself the leader of a new Biafra de facto customary government, have made the rounds. Over the weekend, Dokubo announced the formation of the Biafra government and also named those who would serve as leaders. The federal government has described the reported formation of the Biafra customary government as a theater of the absurd by a joker seeking attention.
Do you see how the federal government referred to Asari's declaration of the customary government? A theater of the absurd. He's just seeking attention. That was what they said. That's the government of Buhari spokesman Lai Mohammed. That was what Lai Mohammed said about Asari's declaration. Now let's move further. But first of all, listening to Ruben Abati's response, this was what Ruben Abati said.
If you declare a new government under an existing government, it's simply a treasonable felony.
Did you hear that? Good. Now let's move forward. Sometime in July 2022, this was what Asari came out to say.
I have a private military company that was engaged by the government of Nigerian State. We are fighting side by side with the Nigerian military in many places.
Did you hear him? That he has his own armed group. How legal is this? I don't think this is legal. Because even the UN has stopped mercenaries. If somebody that came out to declare a customary government was still given this kind of appointment for his men, his military men, to work side by side with the Nigerian army, can't you see there's a problem? Now moving forward, it takes me down to what some people are saying in different quarters in the East, that during the lockdown, that the people perpetrating the havoc were not from the East. Now, I would like you guys to take your time and listen to this carefully.
Now, look at you people in Igbo land. Look at how you are dying. Woto. You are talking. You don't see me? I don't run.
That's an AK-47.
The be like so now they look for who go finish on now. Look for now everywhere finish on now. Our Igbo brothers, it be like say sickness don't affect on our well. If on I no cure on ourselves, I go provide cure for now.
Threatening an entire tribe. Threatening an entire tribe. With an AK-47 in his hand. And yet he walks around freely. Nobody has called him in for questioning. Then imagine if this person really walks side by side with the Nigerian army and maybe his men were deployed to the east to quail things down. Your guess is as good as mine. So you see, the principles of equity, fairness, and justice is not being applied here. If you can go as far as Kenya to bundle Nnamdi Kanu back, you can also as well go as far as Germany to bundle Sunday Igboho down here. And go as far as Port Harcourt to bundle Asari Dokubo down to Abuja. The crimes I just highlighted here are not petty crimes. Let's apply the principles of equity, fairness, and justice. That's the only way we could have a nation. Thank you for watching.